It is difficult to make a precise ranking of the tallest players in NBA history. Many of them even tie the height. So we decided to include memorable mentions for other players who will not be included in the top 10. Starting at 7 inches or 2.24 centimeters, we got Boban Marjanovic. Marjanovic made his San Antonio debut in 2015. Right now he plays for the Rockets. He is also known for his huge hands and crowd-pleasing and charismatic personality. Also at this height we find Ralph Sampson. He is one of the tallest Americans to ever play in the NBA. Sampson played from 1983 to 1991. Rick Smits, on the other hand, is a former Dutch basketball player, nicknamed the Dunking Dutchman, who played for the Indiana Pacers from 1988 to 2000. In his last season, Smits participated in the NBA Finals, defeated by O'Neal's Lakers. Finally, we close these honorable mentions with Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama was the first overall pick in the 2023 NBA draft selected by the San Antonio Spurs. The player is receiving a lot of media attention. Now let's start with the ranking, but first, subscribe to the channel and let us know who is your favorite player among these players. 10. Mark Eaton. Standing at the height of 7'4" or 2.24 centimeters, Eaton played for the Utah Jazz from 1982 to 1993 for a total of 875 games and 5,216 career points. Eaton in the 1984-85 season set the record for most blocks in a single season, 456, 5.5 blocks per game. He won the Defensive Player of the Year in 1985 and 1989, and was an All-Star in '89. Eaton died in 2021, and in his last years helped Utah Jazz star Rudy Gobert by being his mentor. Also, Gobert won the Defensive Player of the Year in 2018, 2019, and 2021. 9. Chuck Nevitt stands at 7'5", or 2.26 centimeters. Nevitt has had a successful career, even though he has never been a protagonist. He played from 1982 to 1994, passing through the Houston Rockets, Los Angeles Lakers, winning a title in 1985, Detroit Pistons, Chicago Bulls, and San Antonio Spurs. 8. Taco Fall, standing at 7'5" and from Senegal, signed a 2-year contract with the Boston Celtics in 2019, was by far the tallest player in the 2020 to 2021 season. His abnormal height led to the interest of more than 40 colleges. In November of 2014, he signed with the Knights of the University of Central Florida. He was named the American Athletic Conference Defensive Player of the Year in 2017. He was welcomed with great enthusiasm. Unfortunately, he played a few games. Later played for the Cleveland Cavaliers just 11 games. Now he is playing for a Chinese basketball team. 7. Pavel Podkolzin at 7'5". Pavel had a very short career in the NBA. He never showed his much vaunted potential as a fast pivot and good shooter, but only slow and not very skilled under the basket. Entered into the interest of NBA scouts, above all thanks to his height, absolutely out of the norm, which earned him a place among this list. He was chosen in the 2004 draft as second choice by the Utah Jazz. He was traded to the Dallas Mavericks, where he was also held back by a broken foot. In total, he collects 6 appearances in the NBA. In the meantime, he also plays in the D-League Development League at the Fort Worth Flyers, a satellite franchise of the Mavericks. Later, he returned to play in Russia. 6. Sim Bhullar, standing at 7'5", was born in Toronto. Bhullar grew up in nearby Brampton, before moving to Salzburg, Pennsylvania, where he attended school. That year, Bhullar averaged a triple-double with 16 points, 14 rebounds, and 8 blocks per game. Bhullar impressed with his size and remarkable performance. Bhullar is also very large physically, weighing about 350 pounds. He was not drafted by any team in the 2014 NBA draft. In the final part of the season, he then signed a 10-day contract with the Kings, thus becoming the first player of Indian origin to play in the NBA. In his brief experience with the Californian team, he collected 3 pieces of the game for a total of 3 minutes of play, scoring a total of 2 points and grabbing a rebound. In the summer of 2016, he moved to the Daesan Tigers, with whom he plays in the Taiwan Championship. 5. Sean Bradley, with the height of 7'6" or 2.29 centimeters. Between the 5 former NBA stars who in the film Space Jam, the first with Michael Jordan, are slyly deprived of their talent by the fearsome monsters, turning into unrecognizable bad-level players, there was Sean Bradley, 229 centimeters, 12 seasons in the NBA with the Dallas Mavericks, New Jersey Nets, Philadelphia 76ers for more than 800 regular season appearances before announcing his retirement in 2005. Bradley, half American and half German, was the second pick in the 1993 draft, with the Dallas Mavericks, in which he stayed for the last 8 seasons of his career. In 1996, he was the best blocker in the league, scoring 288 blocks. 4. Slavko Vrains. Again at 7'6" or 2.29 centimeters, Slavko, from Montenegro, Europe, had a very short NBA career. He was selected by the New York Knicks in the second round of the 2003 NBA draft. He remained with the Knicks until December 2003. In January 2004, he signed a 10-day contract with the Portland Trail Blazers. Before his contract expired, he played only one game in the 2003 to 2004 season. After that, he played briefly for Red Star. From 2004 to 2007, he played for Budućnost Podgorica for the second time in his career. In October 2007, he signed a 3-year contract with Partizan Belgrade. During his return in Europe, he played for almost 10 years until he retired in 2018. 3. Yao Ming. At 7'6" or 2.29 m, Yao is considered the greatest Asian player of all time. Yao Ming is also one of the best and most iconic players in Houston Rockets history. He only played for the Rockets from 2002 to 2011, and then retired due to various injuries. In 481 games, he scored 9,196 points and dominated the court due to his physical strength. Son of 2 basketball players, Yao at 9 years old was 5'6". He became an 8-time All-Star and played 2 Olympics, in 2004 and 2008, the second one in his homeland. Yap is sponsored by many companies, such as Reebok, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, Apple, and many others. He is also the Chinese ambassador of the NBA's Basketball Without Borders, a program to promote basketball and raise funds for poor areas of the world, and testimonial of an anti-AIDS campaign in China. He is also known for his charming and charismatic personality. He bonded through the years a rivalry-friendly relationship with Shaquille O'Neal and Allen Iverson. The three were inducted in the Hall of Fame in 2016. 2. Manute Bol. Standing at an astonishing height of 7'7" or 2.31 centimeters, Bol is the second tallest player in NBA history, a few inches behind the Romanian Gheorghe Muresan, who beats him by a few millimeters. Manute Bol weighs only 200 pounds and played in the NBA from 1985 to 1995 for the Washington Bullets, the Golden State Warriors, the Philadelphia 76ers, and the Miami Heat. His first season in the NBA was incidentally the best of his career, staying away from injuries, which will unfortunately have a fundamental role in his career. Although his overall skills weren't so good, he was a master at blocking. In his rookie year, he scored 397 blocks in 80 games, with an average of 4.96 per game, which represents an all-time record for a rookie. In his career, he kept an average of 3.3 blocks per game, 6.4 per 36 minutes. Bol sadly died on June 19, 2010 in the United States at the age of 47, due to acute renal failure that arose as a complication of Stevens-Johnson syndrome. His son Bol was selected by the Miami Heat in the second round of the 2019 NBA draft. He later played for Denver and now in Phoenix. 1. Gheorghe Muresan. Standing at the height of 7'7", or 2.31 centimeters, Muresan is still the tallest NBA player in history. Gheorghe Muresan, as said before, beats Manute Bol by a few millimeters. Muresan played in the NBA from 1993 to 2000, first in the Washington Bullets, the same team in which Manute Bol started, and then in the New Jersey Nets. He was the tallest player to ever walk the NBA hardwood floors, and in his case, quite successfully, including a Most Improved Player award in the 1995 to 1996 season. In that season, he averaged 14.5 points, 9.6 rebounds, 2.2 blocks per game, and a shooting percentage of 58%, the best he recorded in the NBA. Perhaps taking advantage of the proximity of the Nets to New York, Muresan begins to spend his image around, revealing himself as a character who enjoys himself and entertains. He appeared in several commercials, most notably that of Snickers, co-stars Billy Crystal in the comedy My Giant, and plays a gigantic ventriloquist who maneuvers a puppet version of Eminem in the My Name Is video. His most highly prestigious NBA highlight saw him score 27 points and 14 rebounds against the Bulls in 1996. After an important series of injuries, he retired in 2000, not even 30 years old. In his NBA career, he averaged 9.8 points, 6.4 rebounds per game. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and see you next time.